Hey guys, Dan with Michigan Pour here. Today we're at Rishi's International on a bourbon hunt. We haven't been here in a while. Let's go see what's new. Alright, let's go see what's new here. Alright, when you walk in the door, we got all of our cocktail mixes. Now these Let's Stay Home cocktail kits, really good. Can't complain. Got a whole labyrinth of cocktail mixes, syrups, grenadines, anything you could think of. Keep walking there. Start getting into the pre-mixed cocktails here. You already know we love our Eastern Kill pre-mixed espresso martini. You got some other ones here. All your condiments, cherries, some more canned cocktails. Now to an area we normally don't venture into, the wine. So Rishi has a killer wine selection, and you want to talk about wine, you talk to Rishi. Athen here too, also super knowledgeable about wines. It's crazy how much information they know with so many different bottles, vineyards, and everything else in this store. It is just crazy the amount of knowledge these guys have on wines. Now, wines is something we're getting more into here on the channel. Of course, we're doing Michigan wines. I used to know much more about wines when I was in college. In the beverage management courses, we studied quite a bit about wine. But now we're slowly learning more about Michigan wines. I'm just kind of giving guys an overview of everything he has here for wines. If you can't find a wine here, then you're not looking for wine. Now this section here we can get behind, because this is the Michigan wine section. Some of these we have coming up in some wine review videos we're going to be doing. As you know, we did our first St. Julian's winery review. We did a 2-part series. Get into your sparkling and boxed wines, and you get into some of your Japanese sakis and a bunch of other stuff I'm not familiar with enough to explain. But you will walk through a wine section, and we start heading into beer, cider. So on this side of the aisle here we have all your ciders. Then on this side you have a great selection of meads. I want to say Rishi probably has one of the best selection of meads around. Mead category is kind of getting a little small. Here we go with more ciders, and then you get into your international stuff here. Then you start on the beer cooler. We just want to showcase this beer cooler and how far this thing goes. If you're looking for a cold beverage, Rishi probably has it in the cooler. I mean, this cooler just goes and goes and goes. And it's the same inside. And then when you come over here, you have the Michigan craft beer selection that Rishi has. And it is put together so well. But right in front of us here is our favorite. I mean, we love our Dragon's Milk. The coffee chocolate made with Madcap coffee. One of my favorites, personally. You got the oatmeal cookie, which is Brent's favorite. Then triple mash. That 18%er hits hard. One of our top favorites is the toasted coconut, which is a very seasonal run. And then you just have all the Michigan craft brews that you could ever possibly want. More New Holland stuff here, along with shorts. Just great beer selection, both cold and in the cases. Then at the end cap here, talk about Long Road RTD canned cocktail line. One of the best canned cocktail lineups on the market, we believe. One of my favorites, the Secret Agent and the Italian Cola. Along with, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them, but Cranberry Fizz, the Pear and Cinnamon, the Espresso Martinis, and the Smoked Whiskey Sour. Some of our favorites. But then we got the newest one, the Transfusion, the Long Road Vodka, Ginger Beer, and Concord Grape and Lime. That one's going to be coming home with us probably, because we got to do a review on that one. So then we leave the RTD line. Have all your mixers here. Then on this wall, all the possible shooters you would want. I mean, so many shooters. We just saw this thing. I want to get one of these. I know it's repurposed, but I want to find one. And then on this back wall here, we start with all of your gins. A couple great bottles there. We start moving over to the rums. And as you guys know, we've just gotten back into gins and rums. Now here is a room we're going to be visiting last, because that's our favorite room. But here we start with our brown spirits. Jack Daniel's lineup. Got Fox and Odin, Erdies, all the Fox and Odins you could want. The new Sacchamores. You know, great budget one, the Fighting Cock. I'm not gonna lie, we bought it as a gimmick, but for 20 bucks, not a terrible bottle. Here we get more of the bourbon wall.
Out of here.
Oh, I think got in the video.
I did.
Start moving into the scotches, single malts. Such a killer scotch and single malt selection here. Something we're not too entirely big on, but we're getting there. Start moving into tequilas. Another thing we don't know anything about. But if you have any questions about tequila, these guys know just about anything you could want. And that is one large tequila selection. Start getting into the vodkas here. Very big vodka selection here. Then at the end here we start getting into your brandies and your cognacs. Alright, next stop is going to be in the bourbon room. Alright, we now enter our favorite room. So right when you walk in, you're greeted with the Four Roses. Some other barrel picks from Bardstown, Old Forester. We'll go to the right here. You know, got your Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bank Street. Some Baileys, Four Roses, Seven Sons, two stacks. Some more Irish whiskeys. Then we start getting into a couple hidden, you know, got some Japanese here too. And then we get into Coppercraft is over here. And we got Woodson, Lone Spirits. Then we start getting into our favorite shelves, the Michigan shelves. You got your Journeyman's down here. Yeah, your Dragon's Milk. Dragon's Milk Origins. You got your 2 James Catcher's Rye. You got your Beer Barrel from New Holland. Traverse City. Third Wind. Foggy Mountain. Long Road. Our favorite Eastern Kill. Another favorite of ours, Ironfish. You know how much we love Ironfish. Mayor Pingree, you know, we just got a couple bottles of them. We're really loving on them. Then we got our amazing friends at Grand Traverse and Mammoth and New Holland. We love the Walleye Rise. And we start getting into some of our flavored stuff. Okay, Eastern Kill Apple Floppin', killer bottle. It's like an apple pie, just the juices from the pie put into a bottle with some booze. Now in the center here we got the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, we got some Coppercraft from Willet, Rambler. We have Rishi's Barrel Pick from Elijah Craig, his private barrel, the Toasted Marshmallow. Such a good bottle. Along with some of our favorite Detroit City. This is fairly new. He's had Detroit City, but this is quite more of an offering than what we normally see at Rishi's. Glad to see them having more options here. Then we got the Willet Pot still. We do still have some Ever North Bourbon Junkies. The single barrel, this is their 12-year rye whiskey. This is the 12-year 95.5 MGP barrel. Killer bottle, I mean 12-year MGP, great bottle. Do have some of the new early times. Then we're back on this wall with our pretty much your, you know, bourbon creams and just your cream liqueurs. On the back wall we have our schnapps and other liqueurs, limoncellos. Do have some absinthe here. Something we're getting into. I'm getting into. Brent hates absinthe, so. Then on this last wall here, we start getting into some of our favorite stuff. So our Mammoth stand, this used to house the Michigan Mammoth Mischief bottle. I am sad to say, as of Friday, it is now extinct. We will be having to do another thing with Mammoth to replace the Michigan Mammoth. But we still have some killer bottles here from Mammoth. Then we just happen to have a rack of flavored moonshines, Old Smokies, Sugarlands. We got some Bird Dog whiskeys down here. Full benchmark lineup. I'm going to skip over this barrel just for a second. Then we have one of our favorite walls. All the great bourbons. You know, you've got 13th Colony, a couple good bakers, the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. You know, full lineup of Penelopes. You know, Doc Holiday, or Ben Holidays. We do have a Doc Holiday too. Some Remus, the Redwood Empires. Varchaz, Dark Arts, Peerless. These Blue Notes are killer bottles, especially for the prices. And then we have some of the Rye 3s here, Bardstowns, 1792. But then the barrel I skipped over. This is our favorite barrel, and I might be a little partial to it because I picked it. Well, this is our Grand Traverse Old George. It's a Pirate's Rye for me. It's a 7-year straight Michigan rye. Coming in at 138 proof. Drinks about, say, 106 to 110. So this was a fun experience. We got 96 bottles out of the barrel. It was kind of one of those barrels that just kind of got forgotten about. When we got to it, it was only half a barrel, and we got 96 bottles out of it. And it is going. When that last bottle sells, it will be extinct, and we can never get it back. This was a fun barrel to pick. Can't wait to do more with them. So overall, when you come and see us, this is normally where we're at. We're normally in the bourbon room. I'll give you a little just panoramic of the whole room here, and we're going to be doing a little checkout here, and we'll see you when we leave. Well, guys, that's a wrap for today's Rishi bourbon hunt. You know, we didn't buy a lot. I was here the other day on Friday. I got a couple bottles that Rishi was holding for me, but today we did pick up the Transfusion and some more Long Road Italian Cola. I love the Italian Cola. I'm interested in trying this Transfusion. There'll be a video coming out this week. Also, if you haven't noticed, we got the new hats, new name change. We got the shirts. Shirts have all the new logos with the new name on them. Going to be available soon. But guys, I just want to thank you again for your support, for watching. And as always, guys, happy pours.